Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the entire automatic set from worst to best here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. And let's start off the list. In my opinion, the worst card from today's drop is probably this Galaxy Opal Jeff Teague. At the end of the day, this is actually a very loaded drop. I would say top to bottom, there's not a single atrociously awful card here, but Jeff Teague is a 6'3 PG who's not an extremely elite defender. Now, he does have a good jumper, and he's got Garland dribble style and Curry escape, so there is some stuff to like about the card, but he's, at the end of the day, an undersized point guard who doesn't have, like, perfect animations to play in the air. Now, the jumper is still good, and he's not a bad card. This is one of those drops where it's kind of hard to pick a worst card, to be totally honest, because, like, really, he's good, but so are all the other options that I feel like we have at this point. For example, like, next up I have Pink Diamond Eddie Johnson, who obviously I don't think animation wise is quite as good as Jeff Teague, but he's a 6'7 shooting guard, and he's got the 65 interior and 52 block is annoying, but the size is going to do him favors. Release is still good. He's still got Garland dribble style, Kemba escape, and Trey behind the back, so he's got good movement too, and he's got Pro 2 fade. So it's like, if these are the worst cards in the drop, it becomes tough to rank him. Like, I think Eddie Johnson has the bigger flaw there with the low interior, but he's not 6'3", and Jeff Teague is. So there you go. Next up is going to be Nene, who's not great either. 6'11" with 7'4" wingspan, has the stats and badges of a good power forward, but in all honesty, I don't think the jumper is going to be spectacular. Capella base, I don't know about that one. Door Upper's good though. Kemba escape, rush, I mean, I don't know. He's got good stats and badges for his position, and if the jumper's good, he's a pretty solid card, but he's another one of those that's just like pretty mediocre. Next up, and this may be surprising, but I have 100 overall. De'Aaron Fox is like the 4th worst card in this drop. The honest truth is, yes, the stats and badges are awesome, but he's a 6'3 point guard who has all of his own animations. He's got Pro 2 fade, but he's got his own jumper, which isn't bad, but then all of his own SIGs as well, which in all honesty, I would not consider very great. I mean, at this point in the year, he's just not an extremely exceptional shot creating option. And I just think realistically, he's a lot more mediocre than what I expected. Definitely one of the worst 100 overalls, and easily the worst 100 from today's drop. And I would say one of the worst cards overall from today's drop personally. Next up is another guy in Mikal Petrus, who's solid, but just at a position that is already oversaturated, I would say, number one, but also just like he doesn't jump off the page ridiculously at you. Now, he's good defensively. He's a fine slasher. He's a great shooter. He's got good speed. He's 6'6 shooting guard, so he's got okay size. Jumper's going to be all right. Tyler Smith base, Dirk upper on very quick. Not bad. It's the same jumper Dirk has on his 100 overall, actually, so it's not bad. D-Book dribble style, but Kemba escape, Kyrie behind the back. I wouldn't say the SIGs are amazing. He's overall, I'd say, better than a guy like Eddie Johnson is, but for me personally, I don't think he's wrong thing. I don't think he's that special, to be totally honest. I don't know. He's not a super impressive card to me, even though he does look like he's pretty solid all the way around. Next up is going to be Wilson Chandler, who is a little bigger than Mikal Petrus is, but again, is just like a good, not insane shooting guard. Doesn't have insane SIGs. Release looks good, but the fade is normal as well. Like, he again is not bad, but he's also not spectacular. I feel like there's a lot of cards in this drop that fall into that category. Now, a card that is really high for what you would think of him as a 6'3 PG, especially a Pink Diamond, is this Devin Harris. Low key, if this card is badged, he's an absolute demon, because if you look at his animations, yes, I get he's only 6'3, but he's got an elite jumper. Kyrie base is really good. Sexton upper is probably the best upper in the game, and he's got Garland, Francis, Curry, Trey in terms of movement with Pro 2 fade as well. His stats and badges are really, really solid, and I think with a couple of added badges, he can be really nice across the board, but the animations are really extremely good. And I just think a badged version of this card could be an absolute demon, one of the best just pure fun shot creators to use in the game. Yes, I get he's only 6'3", but could be a fun card to use and looks really, really good on paper. Next up is Reggie Theus. Oh no, I'm sorry, I misread my list. Next up is not Reggie Theus. Next up is I can't even read my own handwriting. I don't know what that says. I'm literally not sure who the next card on this list. Oh, Trey Murphy. That's what that is. That's a T. Okay, never mind. 6'8 with a 7-foot wingspan. This card's good. Again, really well-rounded, great stat and badged shooting guard, and a very good one. Like, he has awesome stats. He's got great size at 6'8", and he's got extremely complete badges as well. His own jumper's not bad, but his movement isn't insane. I mean, D-Book dribble style, Levine, I mean, the living, I don't know, living crossover, De'Aaron behind the back. It's not spectacular stuff. I just look at this card and go, sure, I'm sure he's fine, but I don't think he's going to be anything particularly spectacular by any means. And another position as well, I just think you have to consider with the shooting guard position. When you have guys like Cedric Maxwell and Richard Jefferson that everybody can have for free really easily, it's just not a ton of point for a card like this. Darius Songala, 6'9" with a 701 wingspan at the small forward position. I've never heard of this guy before today, but the stats and badges look solid, not insane. Jumper is going to be really nice though. Same jumper that Invincible Shaq has, if I'm not mistaken, which is honestly a pretty darn good jumper. D-Book dribble style, Steph escape, Trey behind the back. I wish he had a better dribble style, but having Steph escape and Trey behind the back as a 6'9" power forward with a really nice jumper, or a 6'9" small forward, I should say, with a really nice jumper is definitely good. Like, this is a very, very solid card who can provide a lot of valuable things at the small forward position, and he's just an extremely elite budget option here in my team. Speaking of great budget options, another really good pink diamond is this Jamal McGlure, 6'11" with 7'3" wingspan, 92 speed, only an 82 3-ball, but 95 standing and driving dunk, and elite interior defense. And then D-Book dribble style, or sorry, D-Book base, Garland up on very quick is going to be a really nice jumper. He's got Kemba escape, Trey behind the back as well as a power forward. And he's, again, a 6'11" inside with really great inside ability on both ends of the court. So he's a very interesting, very well-rounded card as well, and I think a very solid option here in this drop. Now we have Reggie Theus, who I was a little bit late on, or I was a little bit premature on earlier, but 6'6" with 6'11" wingspan at the point guard position. He's got the stats and badges of a really solid card, and he's got a good jumper. He's got Pro 2 fade. Fox dribble style I don't love. Kemba escape is good. Look, he's a great stat and badge point guard. The animations themselves, jumper's good, fade is good, escape is good. The rest of the movement, to be totally honest, is not that spectacular at all. And I do think that's an issue. I'm just not totally sure how big of an issue. And I think that is debatable. But for me personally, I definitely look at this card and go, I mean, he's solid. He's not insane, but he's definitely good. Steven Jackson, really good shooting guard as well. 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan. Honestly, to me, he just looks like a slightly better version of a guy like Trey Murphy in that, I mean, he's a 6'8" shooting guard, 6'10" wingspan, really nice shot, solid movement. Curry escape, Trey behind the back, Pro 2 fade is really nice. Don't love D-Book dribble style, but I just think he's like a better version of a guy like Trey Murphy. Definitely a really good dark matter shooting guard, but again, he plays in a position that I just don't think very many people really need cards at this point in the game. Next up is Bol Bol. I'm not that high on this 100 Bol Bol. I don't think he's that great. He's 7'3" with 7'7" wingspan, which is awesome. But that's the most valuable part about the card, is that his release, or that his height is really good, because his release is super mediocre. And yes, he's got the stats and badges that are absolutely amazing, but if you don't have a great release and great dribble sticks, by the way, which he doesn't have that either, this card is just very underwhelming all the way around. And you look at it and it's just like, I don't know. Trey escape is fine, but the rest of his SIGs aren't spectacular at all. He's got Pro 2 fade, which is good, but his jumper stinks. And it's just like, for a 7'3" big, he is so underwhelming. I think he's a worse version of 100 overall KP who came out a couple months ago at this point. So definitely not a spectacular card. Next up is going to be Kyle Korver, who's really good for a shooting guard, 6'7" with 6'9" wingspan. Again, oversaturated position, but awesome card. Great jumper. Movement could be a bit better. I mean, D-Book dribble style at this point isn't what you're looking for. Kemba Curry is okay. Honestly, Curry behind the back isn't that great either. Pro 2 fade. Maybe this card's worse than Bull, to be honest, because his SIGs aren't that great. He's not bad, but he's not amazing either. I think he's got an incredibly good jumper, though, so he does at least have that going for him, if nothing else. But I'm not going to sit here and say he's an absolutely spectacularly insane card. I do think the Sean Marion is a bit better. I think this Marion card is actually very, very good. 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan at the shooting guard position. So again, still has very similar size to Korver. Not unbelievable size, but good enough. But the thing about this card is his jumper's awesome. He's got Garland dribble style. He's got Kemba escape. He's got Pro 2 fade. Still doesn't have size up behind the back, but he's got an elite jumper, elite dribble style, and an elite escape. And I think that's enough overall to where he is still a very, very good card. I would say one of the better cards in the drop overall. Next up is Taco Fall. Taco is so glitchy. I get the stats and badges aren't really indicative of a superstar caliber card, but he plays like a superstar caliber card. Number one, his jumper is elite. But number two, I mean, he's 7'5" with an 8'2" wingspan, and honestly, a player build that looks bigger than that. He's just unbelievably glitchy size-wise, very, very hard to stop, and does a ton of things really, really well at his position. Definitely a guy who I look at and go, he's going to cause so many mismatches with his size. Not to mention he's got Giannis cross as well, which low-key can be super cheesy in transition and stuff. I mean, this card is kind of broken, to be totally honest. He is one of the best bigs in the game just off of his size, release, and how glitchy his animations are, and I think he's one of the best cards in this drop as well. Number 4 is Klay Thompson. 99 stats across the board, a really good shot at that. He is, I guess, only 6'6" at point guard, so he doesn't have spectacular size at this point, but he's got all the animations. Elite jumper with the best upper in the game, Pro 2 fade, Garland, Steph, and Trey. Doesn't have Francis size up, but that's about it. I mean, at this point, it's nitpicking. He's an extremely elite card. Number 3 is Blake. Again, another incredible card with amazing stats and badges. High level animation. Same jumper he had on his 100 overall, which I liked a lot, so I don't have a problem with that. Pro 2 fade, Garland, Francis, Kimba, Trey. That is high level movement with Luka step back as well. He is elite at the small forward position. Extremely good card. Another extremely good card is Luka Doncic, who kind of like Blake at small forward, has good size at his position. He's got a very good jumper. He's got Pro 2 fade. He's got Garland, Francis, Kimba, Trey, and Levine. Honestly, him and Blake are very similar cards at their own positions, and I think you could very easily make an argument for either of them to be on this list. So got no issues at all with both of them being very high up on this list. Blake at 3, Luka at 2 is how I rank them, but you could flip them if you wanted to. Number 1 is this D-Rob card. Now, I will say the jumper annoys me. It's that same Patty Mills Oscar upper on very quick that just kind of has hurt a Vince Carter card, a Chris Webber card, guys like that throughout this year, which is annoying because he's a card who really has the potential to be pretty good, and he is great. He's still probably the best card in this drop. I just don't think he's formulated T great with that jump right now. The rest of his animations are perfect. The stats and badges are obviously all 99 with all legend badges, but to be completely honest, I don't think he's that completely and utterly insane for how expensive he is. That being said, he is probably still the best card in the drop, and I would put him at the number 1 spot. I just personally wouldn't justify the price tag on David Robinson. But with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. Hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.